Annyeonghaseyo, goeiedag, goedemiddag, good evening, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Tanky101, and I'm here to do my March wrap-up and to talk about a little bit about what I read this past month. I did do a little bit more reading than I usually do, which I'm like, yay, very proud of. Did I actually finish my TBR? No, I didn't, but that's also fine. That's okay. As you can see, I changed my setup a little bit. I changed my whole room. Actually, I went through a mental breakdown and then changed my whole room. So we're now sitting in the same room but different location. And I don't know how to make it pretty and nice, all those kind of things. But we're not here to talk about my room. We're here to talk about books and the books I read. So first, let's start off and see what my TBR was supposed to be. We chose first in a series. Hopefully, you can see that first in a series. Mm-hmm. Then we had Dark Romance. And we also had a 5-star Predictione. And it was a very interesting reading month because at the end of the day, I went with the whole theme of let's mood read. Screw what my TBR list says. TBR says, let's just mood read and mood read because we like reading. And that's exactly what I did. And I loved every moment of it. The first one I did read was my first in the series, which was Killing Stalking by Kugi. And it was an amazing, amazing jump back into the series. I'm not sure how many chapters I've read originally. I think I read the first volume years ago when it first released. But I wanted to get back into the series. I wanted to see what actually happens, and I wanted something a little bit dark, a little bit sinister, a little bit sexy, maybe. If you're into that, things that happen in this book. Not for everyone, not for everyone, but I gave it 5 stars. It was amazing. This is of course a manhwa, a webtoon, but written by a Korean author, drawn by a Korean artist. It's just Korean goodness. The art style is amazing. The story is eerie and creepy, but also kind of cool and interesting. It really makes you think a little bit about the types of people that you live next door to. Like, what if someone like both of them is just they're both just wrong. Shed, this poor guy, he does not. He shit happens to him, and we enjoy seeing the shit that happens to him. But this is definitely something I would recommend for anyone who likes manga, who likes webtoons, who likes comics, and who likes the little darker side of life. Definitely pick this up. I'm definitely going to be ordering volume 2 and jumping back into that whenever I get the chance and the money to do that because everything costs money and everything is expensive. But next one is a dark romance, which I chose Lights Out, which I didn't read. So that happened. And that's okay. I didn't read it. Not because I didn't want to, I just wasn't in the mood for a not that I wasn't in the mood for a dark romance. I wasn't in the mood for a straight dark romance. Oopsies. I just wasn't in the mood for that. I was feeling my gay self, my gay vibes, and I was like, I wanted the gay goodness that can be in my life. So that's what I'm going to read. And you'll see by the end of the videos, you'll see that the following books were just gaily delicious. And I loved every moment of it. And I don't regret it at all. So the Lights Out is just a no. A no for me. Maybe one day, maybe in another life, maybe another lifetime, maybe someday it will pop up again and I'll give it a try. And then I think the saddest part for me about doing this video is my 5-star prediction, which was, of course, True Bits by Sarah Novik. I got. How far did I get into this book? I got 30 pages into it. And it was just not vibing with me, which is partly my fault because I made certain assumptions which I shouldn't have made, and I should have had an opener mind to the characters. Which is strange to say because the one character I thought was a boy because of their name turned out to be a girl, and then I was like, And then it just got weird reading it, and I just didn't vibe with it. I didn't fall in love with it, so I didn't finish it. I kind of went into a little slump after that, which is fine. And I don't know if this ever happens to any of you, but you want to read a book. You don't own it, but you know exactly what you want to read. Like, you want to read, but nothing compares to what you actually want to read. And if you don't read that, you're kind of like, yeah, eh. And so this was not successful. I am not DNFing it. I do still want to read it. The same with this and Ashes of the Sun. I think it was just wrong time, wrong me at the moment. I'm the problem. It's me. Hi. I'm the problem with this book and not the book itself. I still want to really, really read it. But uh, after that whole episode, I did, however, jumped onto my iPad, went onto Kindle, and I was like, you know what? I deserve to read something fun. And on my page popped this little book. There's a Monster in the Woods by Faye Quinn. And this little book was a little M&M Monster romance, which I thoroughly enjoyed from beginning till end. It's a short book. It only has 154 pages. So it was a quick read. It was a fun read. I think I read it in like 2-3 days because I can't read during the day. I have to work. So at night I would read a little bit, and then the next night I would read a little bit. And I just enjoyed it. This is apparently part of a series, Spooky Boys by Faye Quinn, if you want to check it out. But There's a Monster in the Woods is the beginning to that. It's not the first book, it's the zero point 0.5 book. But that's okay. And then yesterday I picked up this little number, which you cannot see. This little number by N.R. Walker called Lacuna, which is another MM romance fantasy. And I finished this in less than 2 days. I started yesterday morning and I finished it this morning. And it's over 300 pages. How many? 346 pages. And I dove into it. I ate it up. I loved every minute of it. We enjoy a good story. Let's look at that. Let's look at that. Amazing. Lacuna. This thing, I was hoping that there would be some art about it. I even went onto the interwebs and looked for art of the main characters, Crow and Tancho. I was like, please give me some art, but I couldn't find any art. I was really hoping that people who are artists would read it and then make beautiful fan art of it. But I couldn't find any when I quickly checked, which was a little bit disappointing. Um, by the end of it, I read all the books I read, excluding Lights Out, which I didn't read, and True Biz, which I'm putting aside for now. The other two books I read, both I gave 4 stars. So Lacuna and There's a Monster in the Woods. Both those books I gave 4 stars. They were amazing. They were fun. They did exactly what I wanted them to do. It wasn't complicated. It wasn't serious. It was just 2 fun little books that I read. And that is my wrap up for March. Those are the books that I read. Comment down below. What did you read from March? Did you read any of these books? Are you interested in reading any of these books? And yeah, let's talk some more about books. I'm about to get ready to film my TBR for April because it is officially the 1st of April. So I need to jump into that and see what I will be reading in April. I hope you have a wonderful day, wonderful life, wonderful whatever you're doing. Don't let fear interfere with your happiness. You deserve all the happiness in the world. Goede, liefde, vrede, vreugde, geluk, blijdschap, liefde, allemaal dingen voor jullie. Until next time. Bye bye.